This is so stressful. I don't know why I decided to do this in a week. I don't know if I should, I don't think anybody should do this.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and I crochet a lot. Like, a lot. And in this video, I'm going to make a temperature blanket for my aunt who's been asking me to make one for her for years. But the catch is, I only have a week to finish it. Let's get started.
So for years, my auntie Wendy has been asking me to make her a blanket, technically knit with no holes, no spacings. I've attempted to make this blanket many times and I haven't actually been able to do it, in part because of the price, but mostly, well, I mean, the price is a lot of it, but also the amount of time that it would need to take, the amount of space that the materials would take up, and where I would store the blanket while it's a work in progress. So I've started and frogged this singular project probably more than I've started any other project in my life, but not this year. This year, I'm actually going to give Auntie Wendy a blanket. So she has a pretty significant birthday coming up this year, and I've decided to work as much as I can to make her a temperature blanket to celebrate the birthday. The only problem is that I have about a week before the birthday and before classes start. Finish it now. So I'm going to do a whole year's worth of a temperature blanket in 1 week. So what is a temperature blanket?
April is done. I think it's really cute the way it came out.
A temperature blanket is a blanket that has every day of the year that is contributed to it. In my case, I have 12 squares, 1 square representing each month, and each round of the square representing a day. The middle of my month is going to start on the 10th of every month because her birthday is on the 10th, and end with the 9th of the following month.
This is June, July. As you can see, the colors are getting darker, indicating warmer weather, I guess. And it has like a little air pocket here, but don't worry because once I block it, it'll go away.
The average temperature of every day in my blanket is going to be represented by one of the colors that I've chosen. Her favorite color is green, so I have a plethora of greens that I'm going to use for her blanket. Temperature blankets are a good way to keep track of a momentous year. I like the concept of segmenting my blanket in 12 squares because it allows me to see where I am in each month, how far it's gone, and I think it's a really nice visual way to represent one completed month.
I'm sick. Hello. It's been some time since the last time we talked, but I have now finished all 12 months. I will show them to you all one at a time. January, February, March, April, May, June, not so square, July, August, September, October, November, December. As you can see, obviously not every month has the same amount of days, so not every square is the same size. So I think I'm gonna put a border around each of the frames. I have like 2 colors or 3. So I have like a mustardy yellow color, a brown color, and I have gray. And I think I'm gonna use the mustardy yellow, and I'm gonna do a border so that each one has 32 rounds. And then I'm gonna combine them all together, because then they should all be the same size. So I have significantly less of this mustard color than I thought I had. I'm still going to use it though because I think it looks better than the other color that I had. I'm going to get started on this project and I will update you all when I'm ready for the next step. Alright, it is 5 a.m. and I really need to crack down on this because these artificial deadlines that I am working with are coming up. Like, I really need to finish this. It's 4:14 in the morning. I will show you what I did. I did January through June. Actually, January through August. So I have September, October, November, and December left. So look, the gold I think is really nice because it offers like a nice trim. And once all of the squares have it, they'll all have 32 rows around. And I think I'm going to do a frame around them with white. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it. This is so stressful. I don't know why I decided to do this in a week. I don't know if I should, I don't think anybody should do this in a week. However, I have thought as I was doing this process that this would be really, really fun, a cute idea for like weddings. And I know somebody who just got married, so maybe I'll do it again. I don't know. I'll film it, but we'll see. Maybe. All right, let's continue because now we're wasting time just talking. I have finished adding the border to all. This is the January one, so I'm going to work backwards, adding a perimeter around each square of 2 rows of double crochet. So now we're going to be at rows 34 by the end. This is the first row of double crochet, but the gold creates like this really
pretty frame. I'm gonna wash it, of course, before I give it to her. But other than that, I'm not taking the sanitary precautions that I would take if I was making this for somebody else. Sorry, Auntie Wendy. With age comes the need for glasses when you crochet, and that's a disappointing thing to hear. Anyway, I'll try to like fast forward throughout this part and show you guys some footage of me crocheting, so this video is just not me talking about updates the whole time. Okay, so I have so much yarn left over after I finish this project. Like, I have colors I'm not going to do. So I was not too long ago, maybe like sometime last year, Taylor Swift wore this dress. And I found a pattern on Etsy that I really liked. So I was like, maybe with the leftover yarn, I could make myself a new dress. I'm going to Seattle in not a long time from now, and I thought, well, maybe if I make it, I can make it for that Seattle trip, and it could be really cute. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be hoarding yarn, and I have like a lot. Like, I have pounds of yarn now that I don't have any designed pattern or plan for after this. And a very stressful week. I got an internship placement for my last year of grad school. Okay, so I'll take a second to explain the layout. It's going to be a smaller blanket than probably wanted, and I think it's going to be a blanket that I would rather her wrap around herself as opposed to lay across herself. So I was struggling with either doing 3 columns of 4 rows, or 4 rows with 3 columns, and I think I'm going to do the larger one so she can wrap it all around herself. So that way every 4 months I'm going to do a row. So I think as I finish a blocking of 4 squares, I'm just going to take my darning needle and do a mattress stitch on the back to combine them up. I think that would be really cute. So I have finished the 4 that are going to be on the bottom, December to September. So I will arrange them and show you guys what that looks like. I have to go find my darning needle really quickly, and then I will join them to arrange them so that they're face wrong side up, right side down, just to see, make sure everything should be the same size. I'm not perfect. Mistakes happen. Tension changes. But I finished the first row. Well, the last row, January to December, and I thought about having an idea where I do a row of double crochet all the way across in like this pretty gold color. I just don't have that much of it, so I might have to go to the store and get more, and I don't want to do all that, but we'll see. So this is what it looks like. I'll show you. I'm going to do the quick row of double crochet along the top, and I think that'll be really cute. I think this looks really nice. I think this looks really nice so far. To do this 3 more times, and then I'll do a border and the blanket will be done. We're getting there. This is all the mustard I have left, so maybe having a game of yarn chicken soon, but not right now. This should be enough for at least 2 rows of double crochet across. Totally changed my mind just now. I'm be doing a row of half double crochet. That might actually help me preserve a little bit of the yarn, enough for it to do 3 rows, and I think that that would be a really cute. I'm also not sure it's only 3. I think I might have to do 6, because I'll have to combine this in a way where the gold is seen. So I have to do 1 at the top and the bottom of each. Well, at least of the middle row, and so it's not 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4. It's not looking like we have 4, but we will try our best.
I want to show you something from Mr. Parade. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen here?
I think that guy's gonna shoot from there.
Yeah. Watch this. That's ridiculous.
That counts?
Yes.
Because you let go before the buzzer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is the amount of, ooh, you can't really tell. This is the amount of yellow yarn I have left after one row of half double crochets. I think I'm going to wind it because it really seems like it's going to knot. So I'm going to do that now, actually. Okay, I finished the base of the blanket.
All right, so this is what we're working with. I really need to block it now. And I want to do a trim all the way around. And I don't know if I should do the trim first or block it first. Because if I block it first, then I can get a solid rectangle out of this. I think that's the move. Okay, so it's finished without a trim, but finished enough. I washed it and everything. It's pretty much done. I was going to add a trim, but now I'm tired. I really want to be finished with this project, so I think I'm just going to give it to her like this. And if she requests a trim, I'm going to give her a trim. I will show you guys how I'm going to make a key for her. And I'll do that now, actually. So this is my little cinch hole punching machine. It's for making books and binding them together. I'm going to use this to punch holes in the paper. It will punch, I believe, 6 holes. It shows you right here how many holes it's going to punch. So I'm going to punch this into a piece of cardstock. All right, and see, this made 6 holes. So I'm going to have one sample of the string of each yarn I used and fill it in the hole along with the temperature that it meant. And then I'm going to have a gold that just means end of month. We're working with, I am going to write each of the meanings here, and then on the back I'll write, probably on a piece of sticker paper, I will cover this area, cut around it, and then write the significance of how the blanket works. So from making this blanket, what did I learn? The main thing that I think I learned is to not buy all of the necessary materials at once. I had bought 5 pounds of yarn and only used at least a quarter of one skein of yarn and at most 3/4 of one skein of yarn. I have not gone out of any of the yarn that I bought for this project, including the border. I used some of the leftover white yarn, which is the color I used the absolute least. I think I used it 3 times throughout the whole year. I used that to do the border around the blanket, and I still have more than half of that. Would I recommend this layout for other people's temperature blankets? Yeah, I think that specifically because I was trying to make this project so quickly, I wanted to do this temperature blanket in this way because I thought it would be the easiest and a beautiful way to represent the month, and it was. And it was very quick because the first 10 rounds were probably between 4 and 40 stitches. They were very quick to go through the months, which I think cut the time of this process at least in half, if not more than that. So I would definitely recommend this layout. Also, it's really pretty and it's easy to see. So I can point to this, the first month that I did and say that one was January and the last month. Yeah, I think if you want to know what the months are, this is a great way to do it. I'm sure other people have done it this way. Temperature blankets are very diverse. I couldn't be the only person who has done it this way. What would I do differently next time? I wouldn't do this whole project in a week again. I don't think anybody should do it this much. This was stressful. It took a lot of time. I got sick in the middle of this video, not because of the blanket, but it was definitely
an additional stressor I did not necessarily need. I would be a lot easier if I even did like 1 month at a time. Don't do it all in such a short abbreviated time. It's not worth it. It really is not. But the blanket was beautiful and my aunt loved it, so yeah. And then also I would block each square that I finished as soon as I finished it. I think it'll make connecting them at the end a lot easier if I were to do the squares again. Did I run into problems with that? Not really, but at the end I blocked it all at once, and I feel like it would have been much easier and taken up a lot less space if I blocked as I went along. But as I mentioned in this video, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making a Taylor Swift inspired dress with the leftover yarn that I had from this project. So if you are interested in that video, please hit the subscribe button. If not, you can click the videos on the left and right and see what YouTube thinks would be best for you. Bye.